This week is all about my favorite band on the planet, Sigur Rós. So I've seen this band 15 times. And Christy, my friend Christy, has seen them 11. So as we were going into the show this week, we talked about all the shows that we've been to, because we've been to most of them together, and kind of ranked our favorites. Okay, Christy Frank, as we go to show 1510, let's count them all.
All right, so there was Iceland,
Which I didn't go to.
Wait, Iceland,
London.
New York, which was like kind of a half a show because I sat outside of the Prospect Park in Brooklyn. There were, let's see, there was Nashville, Birmingham, Asheville, Atlanta, watch the bowl, and then
Detroit.
Oh, that's the one I forgot. This might actually be number 11.
Detroit.
And there were 2 nights of LA Philharmonic.
LA Phil, so that's 10.
Yeah, tonight.
So 11.
11.
And then I have also done 2 nights at the Beacon Theater, 1 night at Radio City Music Hall, 1 night with her in Asheville, but I'm... Okay, out of the 11, favorite.
Well, LA Phil.
I feel like that...
I feel like that's
That's cheating.
That's like so like outside of LA Phil, I would still weirdly say that like the Nashville
Fontenelle?
show was probably my favorite. Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say? London.
Really?
Yeah, and I'll tell this story later.
We couldn't
I
even
know,
see
but it's such a good story. This is my favorite Sigur Rós show. And the reason it's my favorite Sigur Rós show out of all 15 is because our flight to London was canceled. Actually, we go to the neighborhood that the show's in. It's completely suburban. There's not a whole lot going on. We desperately try and find a place to eat. It took us forever. We finally find this really cool little like hole-in-the-wall Portuguese restaurant. Have a very nice meal. Show up to the show right around showtime because openers are not our jam. We get there and we cannot even get in the door. But the doorway to like the entry of the main floor, we cannot even get in it. So we stand out in the foyer basically to watch the show. And all we can see are like maybe the top of the lead singer's head, maybe. I just remember seeing green lights like coming over the crowd. So we traveled 4,000 miles. Oh, and my flight home got canceled. I got back to JFK, and then my flight from JFK to Nashville was like canceled and then delayed. It was nuts. So we flew to London. All of our flights were canceled in both directions, and to see a band, and we couldn't even get in the door. And because of that, that's my favorite show of all time. Because we just had to go in there and get over it and totally embrace the moment and laugh it off. And we had the best time. And it makes for such a fun story and such a good time. Yeah, that's why it's my favorite of all 15. I know it's not the popular thing to say, but that's my favorite.
Your feelings are your feelings. We're just kind of like, screw it, like.
Then we embraced it.
Let's like drink all the Tuborg and like take all the pictures periscoped above our heads.
Yes. So Fontenelle,
Yeah.
London. So like 3 years ago, maybe now, I had seen that Sigur Rós was going to have a version of their last record in a market in London. And their record label tweeted it, they had made 50 copies of their latest record, and I remember saying this tweet out. I was like, oh my god, this is like the coolest thing ever, and I will never ever ever be able to get my hands on it because I don't live in London and there's 50 copies. Cut to couple of weeks later, I get this package in the mail that's record shape size, and I was like, I haven't ordered anything. And I open it up, and it is a copy of this album sent to me by a friend, commuted into London from her house in the suburbs just to buy me the copy of this record. And that is human kindness of a level that I wish that we could all aspire to.